Okay, stop everything, pause your doom scrolling, put down that overpriced smoothie, and let's talk about the man, the myth, the walking, talking public relations nightmare, Prince Andrew. Or, as we're now legally required to call him, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, a guy who lost his titles faster than you lose your car keys. And just when you thought the Epstein saga couldn't get more bizarre, more stranger than fiction, we get a new plot twist that sounds like it was ripped from a subpar spy thriller. Buckle up. Here's the scoop that's got the tabloids, the FBI, and probably a very nervous man in a royal adjacent mansion absolutely sweating. According to explosive reports, the FBI received a mysterious tip, sent in 2020 from an IP address in Norway, because of course it was. Nothing says international sex scandal like a cryptic clue from Scandinavia. This digital missive allegedly pointed the feds toward Epstein's Bahamas home, specifically to tapes in a secret compartment of a drawer, next to, and I am not making this up, a Michelangelo picture of a flower vase. You can't write this stuff. The villain's lair in a Bond movie has more subtlety. Oh yes, Mr. Bond, the evidence is in the drawer beside the priceless Renaissance art. It's giving national treasure if Nick Cage was looking for cringe instead of treasure. Now, before we go full Sherlock, let's be clear. The existence of these tapes is unconfirmed. The FBI's response? Also unconfirmed. It's the ultimate trust me bro moment, but delivered via Norwegian proxy to the most powerful law enforcement agency on the planet. The tip reportedly stated the crimes had been going on for 15 years. 15 years. That's a long time. You could start a cult, build a business empire, or apparently, allegedly, run a pedophilia ring for a prince in that time. Andrew, for his part, has denied everything with the vehemence of a man who really, really wishes he'd never heard the words Pizza Express. But here's where the so-called coincidences start piling up higher than the invitations Andrew isn't getting to royal events. This isn't happening in a vacuum. This Norway tip shows up right as more and more Epstein files are being unsealed. And let me tell you, the emails that have tumbled out are illuminating. And by illuminating, I mean they shine a light so harsh it could give a vampire a sunburn. Enter Exhibit A, the emails, or as I like to call them, how to incriminate yourself using AOL dial-up. Released by the U.S. Justice Department, we've got messages from an email address linked to Andrew, signed by a very casual AXXX, and one from August 2001 is a masterpiece of tone deafness. Writing from Balmoral summer camp for the royal family, which sounds less like a queen's estate and more like an overpriced kids' retreat, A complains of exhaustion from, quote, splitting the girls up all the time. Charming. Then he gets to the point, the kicker, the line that will live in infamy. Have you found me some new, inappropriate friends? Inappropriate friends, not new pals for tea, not acquaintances for a round of golf, inappropriate friends. It's the most British, understated, and horrifying euphemism imaginable. It's like calling a hurricane a bit of a breeze. Ghislaine Maxwell, ever the gracious whatever she was, replies, "So sorry to disappoint you, however, the truth must be told. I have only been able to find appropriate friends." A response so dripping with coded sarcasm, it's a miracle the email didn't short-circuit. So, let's connect the dots, because they're practically begging to be connected. On one hand, you have a pile of legally released, deeply suspicious emails asking for inappropriate companionship from known sex traffickers. On the other, you have a mysterious international tip about secret tapes hidden in a villain's beach house. This isn't just a scandal, it's a narrative, a really, really bad one for Andrew. Think about it. This guy has been stripped of his military titles, his royal patronage, his HRH. He's a ghost at the palace, a face they'd probably pixelate out in family portraits if they could. He's less associated with the royal family than a disgraced corgi. And every few months, like clockwork, another piece of the Epstein puzzle drops, and his name is smack in the middle of it. Whether it's a lawsuit, a released flight log, an email, or now a tip about secret Michelangelo-adjacent compartments, the shadow just will not lift. The question is, what's next? Does the FBI have these mythical tapes? Was the Norway tip a wild goose chase from a true crime fanatic with too much time and a VPN? Or is it a piece of a puzzle that someone, somewhere, is desperately trying to keep locked in that drawer? Andrew maintains his denials. The institution around him maintains its distance. But the court of public opinion? Yeah, that jury came back a long time ago, and the verdict wasn't great. So what does it all mean? It means the story isn't over. The drip, drip, drip of information is becoming a torrent. Every new detail, whether confirmed or just alleged, paints a picture of a world so far removed from reality, it's a miracle it stayed hidden as long as it did. And at the center of this particular frame, looking more uncomfortable by the minute, is Andrew, a man whose current legacy isn't about service or duty, but about emails, lawsuits, and a very, very specific drawer in the Bahamas. Thanks for watching The Pulse Power Show. Stay sharp.